All right, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It. I'm your host, GT.
I'm Gregory.
And we got a special guest with us.
What's up, KOL?
And today we're going to be talking about not mental health.
Yes, health in general.
Yeah, health in general.
Mental health, body health, everything.
Okay, so do you think black people lack knowledge when it comes to health?
Black knowledge, minority knowledge is just when it comes to health, we don't put as much into our health as, say, the Caucasians do, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of times we say, oh, I ain't got money for this, or I don't have insurance, or I need to work. I can't take off from work to go try and take care of this. You know, somebody will pass up their health because they're trying to make a paycheck to pay their rent.
That's true. So it's like we don't have the resources, like the proper resources to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you know, we as a people have to work to get better representation so we can get them resources, because the resources are out there.
Yeah.
You know, the help's out there. But, you know, a closed mouth don't get fed. So a lot of times pride gets in the way and we don't want to go seek that help, you know, or, you know, I know me, for instance, when I was going through my issues at the beginning, my wife was telling me all the time, you know, and I give her a special shout out, Kathy Dawson, my love. She was on me. You know, she told me, you know, I see, you know, this is happening, that's happening, but my pride got in the way and I didn't want to accept it. You know, no man wants to be told their health is failing, you know, and they don't want to accept it, you know, and that's just the stigma that a lot of minorities face, especially African Americans, because, you know, we got hypertension, diabetes, you know, it's all of that. And we're prone to that. But a lot of times we as a people don't do the proper things to combat that. You know, those are things we can combat and put a stop to.
And I think what it is, too, is like, because people can, I mean, like, you know when something's wrong with you, but I think going to the doctor also is like,
Scary.
it has that fear of like, oh, damn, like, it confirms it that something actually is going on.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of people, I would say especially men, don't really want to face their reality of like,
No.
I'm not how I was when I was younger. Like, my body is changing.
Yeah, it's hard to accept that, you know. We go through different seasons in life, you know. And it's hard to accept that one season's ending and a new season's beginning, you know. When I first found out about my hypertension and they wanted me to take pills and I was trying to take them, you know, I was still young. I was trying to be a bull, you know, and them pills were messing up my bull action. So I was like, I have high blood pressure because I ain't finna go in here and limp noodle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So when do you feel comfortable discussing like all the stuff that you suffer with?
Oh man, I started out with hypertension, which is high blood pressure. You know, which our family has a history of. Most African Americans have that. You know, and it goes way back to our ancestors. You know, when we were slaves, what we were forced to eat, the leftover parts of the pig, the pork, you know, all the salty foods. You know, all that. So over time, you know, as it goes through your ancestry and the bloodline, it becomes something that's just we're prone to. So, you know, I started out with that in my late 20s. And if I had started taking my medication like the doctors wanted me to, I could have got it under control. But like I said, I was a young bull. I didn't want to take no medication, you know, because I'm still trying to get in there and knock some boots. And,
So
you know,
what ways did it start showing up? Like,
with migraines, like behind my eyes, real bad. I used to get real bad migraines behind my eyes, feel like big pressure, you know, and I'd be like, well, let me take aspirin, I'll be all right. Let me lay down, I'll be all right. You know, and then just so happened I was doing my training and my physical for the volunteer fire department where I was at. And they were, oh no, we got to send you to the hospital. My blood pressure was 200 over 100 something, 180 something. They said I should have been dead, you know, because it was that high. And after a while, your body gets used to that, which isn't good, because that causes heart attacks, strokes. You know, strokes are called the silent killer for a reason. A lot of times you don't even know
that you have
that you're having it, and it just comes up on you like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like a thief in the night, it's on you, you know? So they diagnosed me with that and didn't want to take my medicine. And over time, it got worse, you know? And then when I finally started taking my medicine, my kidneys had already started taking a beating, because that high blood pressure puts a lot of work on your other organs, you know? And so it got to the point, you know, where once I finally got my blood pressure under control, my kidneys were done. It was a wrap. And it just so happened, like I said, my wife was telling me all these things. She's like, "Man, you falling asleep out of the blue,
Hmm.
and you're not breathing when you're sleeping." And she was telling me everything. And instead of listening, you're supposed to listen to those closest to you because they care and they love about you.
Yeah.
But you let that male ego get in the way and that pride get in the way, and didn't want to hear it. Instead of me listening to her, I'm yelling, getting mad at her, which was wrong on my part.
Yeah.
If I'd just listened, I could have saved a lot of things. Long story short, now I do dialysis 4 days a week. I'm only 45. I'm still young,
Yeah.
you know, and now my blood pressure's under control, but now my kidney shot, So, now I have to try and get a kidney donation,
Hmm.
and that's what I want to prevent other young brothers, sisters, black, Hispanic,
Yeah.
any nationality from going through. If you can cut it off at the pass, cut that shit off at the pass. Don't let it get to this point, because it's tough. It's tough.
And did you feel like when you started having those health issues physically, did it start to affect you mentally?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I went through a moment where I shut myself off from everybody. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't go visit family. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I shut the people in my house off.
Hmm.
I was on my own little island, and I was basically just sitting there like waiting to die, like I'm gave up.
Yeah. It's like a deep depression.
Deep deep depression. Because you're like, damn, what? It ain't nothing you can do. I can't go out to the store and buy me a new kidney.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't go hold nobody up and say, give me a kidney. It has to come from somebody that's got a good heart and in a good place and they want to donate,
Yeah.
How,
or I
how,
have
does,
to wait for someone to unfortunately die.
how does that work? Like you have the same blood type. Like I never knew the process of it.
I had to do all the work. You have to have the same blood type and the same tissue type.
Okay.
Which, in my case, it's tough because my blood type is B negative,
Hmm.
which is a rare blood type. So I'm only can get a donation from two blood types, either O blood
Uh-huh.
or B negative.
Okay.
And there's a whole different slew of blood types. But since I'm B negative, I'm limited on who I can get a kidney from. And a lot of times you can get it from family, but family, just because you blood doesn't mean you always have the same blood type.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think I know my blood type.
Hey, I
Big
suggest
time.
everybody know your blood type.
Yeah.
That's a major thing to know.
You know yours?
No, I mean they always take my blood when I go get checks. Well, I mean when I go get checkups. Couldn't say it. They always take my blood, but I don't know.
Yeah, you need
I
to
don't know what
know
it
your
is.
blood type because if you're ever in a accident or anything, you want to be able to, you want to be able for your family to say he's this blood type,
Yeah.
so they can go ahead and get you taken care of.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's just stuff you need to know. You need to know, like I said, everyone needs to know about their health.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I know. For me, I suffered with high blood pressure. Like when I was driving box trucks, I had to get the dot physical, and I couldn't pass it because my blood pressure was so high.
Yeah.
But
They keep-
eventually, I got on the pills and I passed it.
See, that's the thing. You get on that medicine, man. Medicine isn't bad, and that goes for mental health too,
Hmm.
because I was going through my depression and everything, and I got medicine to help me with that.
Yeah.
And now everyone around me says I'm a different person. I'm the person that I was at the very beginning.
Yeah.
I like to joke, I like to laugh, I like to be out there friendly with everybody,
Yeah.
having a good time. But when that depression sets in, and not just depression, a lot of people suffer from bipolar issues
Hmm.
and other things, out
Mhm.
there. And it isn't that it makes you a bad person. It's a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
It's no different than somebody having autism
Yeah.
or something. It's just something you're born with. And a lot of times you can get help for it, but you have to want that help.
That's true.
Right. And I think that's the hardest part. Is kind of whether it be physical or mental, is just like making a choice to get help.
That's yeah, man, the hardest part is being able to look at yourself and say, I need help.
Yeah.
That's the toughest part of any battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like resources out there? Because I know a lot of people can't afford the help that they need.
I mean, there's resources out there, A lot of times, uh, if they're low income, they can get on Medicare,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or whatever the case may be, government assistance with their health. A lot of times I tell people if they have a job, you need to get that health insurance. It may seem like you paying a lot of your out of your paycheck,
Yeah.
but your health is worth more than
Yeah.
anything else, you know?
Yeah,
You know?
I think people don't really take it serious. Like you said, they don't take it serious until it gets serious.
Yeah.
Like they feel like it's not going to affect them because they're young and they're living their life. But when they get older, it's definitely going to affect.
I mean, if you wait till it affects your life, it's too late.
Yeah.
You have to be proactive, not reactive.
Yeah.
You have to take care of it before it gets to that point, you know? And I know insurance isn't cheap, but it's a necessary evil. You got to have it, man.
Mhm.
It's just like I tell people you have to have life insurance.
Yeah.
'Cause you
That's
see so many people out here trying to do
GoFundMe.
fish fries and GoFundMe's for
Yeah.
funerals. I mean, life insurance isn't that much when you look at it. You know,
Mhm.
you don't have to get the one where your family. You ain't trying to make your family millionaires,
Yeah.
but what you're trying to do
Cover
is
the
keep them
cost of-
from having being able to give you a decent burial.
Yeah.
You know, and that's your last act on this earth is when you leave this earth is to have a nice burial
Yeah.
to get put at rest. You know,
I will say, like, with my job that I have now, they make us get yearly physicals,
They
which
do.
is good at first. I
Oh,
didn't like
yeah.
at first because like, why I gotta do a physical? I'm not like I'm sitting down, but it's good to do them just because I don't know when was the last time I did one before I started this job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
I don't know.
same.
It's just it's the doctors is scary. Just like doctors, dentists. Oh, well, the doctor's not so scary to me anymore, but it used to be kind of like just like, oh God, like you just automatically assume the worst.
Hey, I
Mhm.
tell you like this: mortician's a lot scarier than a doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I never thought of it like that.
You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? You know, I used to not like hospitals and doctors, you know, but after going through what I've been through, dog, I done been stuck and prodded so much, you know, I done had needles stuck in places that most people wouldn't even want a needle stuck, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had blood drawn and, you know, and at my age, you know, a lot of times you have to do your get checked for colon cancer, especially men.
Right.
And a lot of times I don't want to go in there, have no doctor stick his finger in my
Yeah.
booty. But you got to do it. It's one of them things. You know, women have to do pap smears. It
Yeah.
ain't enjoyable for them, but they do it yearly. They do it yearly.
Right.
Yeah.
We just, you know, once you hit that 40 age range, if you don't go get checked, you can catch, you know, colon cancer early, and that gives you good odds of beating it. But if you don't do it,
Yeah.
a lot of times, once it gets to that stage 4, stage 3,
Mm-hmm.
it's a wrap. There ain't nothing you can do,
Right.
you know?
But I think women have always been more, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess like cognizant of their health. And,
Yeah.
like if something's wrong, they go check on it like right then and there.
And that's
At least
true. That's
more
true.
than men.
More than men, definitely
Yeah.
more than men, you know, and that's the thing. Us as men, you know, we need to get on it, because
Yeah.
if we're going to be the protector and provider of our family, we can't do that if we're gone,
Yeah.
you know. And how many people we don't seen die from health issues in their 30s and 40s, you know,
Yeah. A lot. Even with mental health, like people taking their lives and
taking
stuff.
their lives, you know.
You don't think nothing's wrong. They don't suffer with nothing because they do good at hiding it and stuff. Yeah.
It's a lot easier. It's easy to hide when you're going through that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You can put a smile on your face, and you can go about your day with nobody really knowing unless they really know you, you
Yeah.
know? And a lot of times when they're going through that, you know, when you're going through that, you don't think clearly. You're not thinking, if I do this, how it's going to affect them. All you're thinking is, I'm hurting. No one's going to be missing me.
Yeah.
I'm going to make their life better if I'm gone. You're not thinking straight, you know, at all, you know? So,
I think too, because you like, you know, when it's meant to, you want to feel better,
yeah.
and you want to feel better right away.
Mhm.
So sometimes you feel like the only solution is like, you know,
That quick fix ain't
Right.
the answer, though. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
a, it's a temporary.
Temporary fix to it's a permanent fix to a temporary problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Do y'all feel like childhood traumas causes some mental health?
Oh, definitely. You know, and I hate to say, you know, because my childhood wasn't awful,
Mm-hmm.
but my childhood was a struggle. You know, my pops died when I was young.
Yeah.
You know, I dealt with a single mom. You know, I had times where we didn't have lights, or we were living from day to day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that kind of fucks with you mentally. You know, because you still got to go to school.
Yeah.
You go to school, and kids fucking with you because you don't have
Oh yeah.
good shoes, good clothes.
Same
you know?
clothes from last year. Or
So
something.
you start having doubts about yourself, fucks
Mhm.
with your self-esteem, you know, and you start acting out in other ways, whether it be fighting or skipping school or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
you know, and that stuff carries over into adulthood if you don't address it, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people don't address it. They get through it, and if you try and bring it up, they're like, the parents don't want to hear it, because a lot of times parents do the best they can,
Right.
you know.
They don't. I think because when you tell them that things that you went through in childhood had an effect on you, whether they meant to do it or not.
They
I
feel like
think
they feel.
right.
Yeah.
It almost feels like an attack on
Yeah,
them, like on their
exactly.
manhood versus. I know you did the best you could, but it still had an effect on me.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I mean, it's hard for any parent to hear their child say, "Mom, Dad, this happened. It didn't affected me this way." You know, they
Right.
and rather than just listening, because a lot of times when the kids approach you, they just want you to hear them.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't saying fix this. They ain't saying you're bad because of this. They're just saying I want you to hear how it made me feel.
Right.
You know, and a lot of times if we as parents just listen to that, we can cut a lot of that depression and the suicide of these young kids out. You know.
Yeah. And I feel like social media now is a major cause of
Oh
like
man,
bullying and harassment and all that.
we're like I always tell people, we as humans are gonna be the cause of our own extinction
Yeah.
because that social media, once that became a play,
It's toxic.
totally changed the game. Everything's different now. People can hide behind keyboards
Mm-hmm.
and be keyboard warriors and bully people and
Be very
attack people.
opinionated.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy for someone to get on there now and and say, "Oh, this monkey this or that, nigga that."
Yeah.
Whereas before, ain't nobody gonna come to your face and just be, straight out with what they feeling. They gonna try and hide it and
Yeah.
trying to be cordial in front of you. Now they got a keyboard to hide behind. Shit, they gonna say whatever they feel.
Right.
Yeah, it's horrible out there, especially like, well, I don't know if you play games, but like when you play Call of Duty online, they go in.
I stopped playing, man. Them little 9-year-olds had me mad as hell. Talking bad. I mean,
Man.
talking bad. Little bitty kids talking bad.
I be cursing them. I be cursing them out. They make me mad
Make
too.
you want to, make you want to beat a kid up. I'm for
Right.
real. You know.
So, in what ways? And I guess this could be for everybody. Like, do you release the stress that you have now, like that makes you be more cautious? Because stress also plays a big factor in your health. But what are some things that you do to kind of like de-stress?
Well, everybody has to find what works for them to de-stress. You
Right.
know.
Yeah.
I'm sure this helps y'all de-stress.
This is a good little outlet.
Outlet right here, right? I walk. I used to run, but I'm older now. My knees can't take that concrete like it used to. But I get out, I walk. I put my headphones on. Sometimes I listen to music. Sometimes I listen to the books on the radio. I listen to a lot of self-help books,
Mhm.
a lot of books on relationship. Because it helps me work better on my relationship. To make up for the ground for when I was, going through my stuff.
Yeah.
And it just helps me relax. It helps me get rid of the stress. The main thing you have to do though is make yourself be happy with yourself.
Hmm.
Because if you can't find happiness in yourself, enjoying yourself, you're not gonna find it in anything around you, no matter how hard you try.
Yeah. I think for me it would be like writing music.
Yeah,
It used to be. Well, this is not a good way, but I used to drink too to like try to
yeah,
ease whatever pain or issues I was going through.
yeah. I used to, I used to drink. I used to smoke. I don't drink no more.
Mhm.
I gave up smoking. No, not cigarettes. I ain't really in cigarettes, but I was smoking the Willie Nelson.
Uh-huh.
I gave it up though, and once I found the true way of happiness in myself,
Hmm.
I didn't need that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I was using that as a crutch.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
I need this so I can feel better.
Yeah.
But once I found the real reasons of my feelings and why I felt the way I felt, and I addressed them,
Uh-huh.
and I made a conscious choice in myself that I wasn't going to allow that to affect my life, and I was going to live every day to the fullest and be happy.
Yeah.
It changed the whole game. I didn't need that anymore. I didn't need drink, didn't need smoke. I wake up every morning and this is my routine. I do it every day without fail. I wake up in the morning, I go outside, take a deep breath. I say, thank you, God, for another day of life. Thank you for my blessings, because every day is a blessing,
Yeah.
And, I go out, I spend 5 minutes outside just with myself and God. That's it. Myself and God outside on the front porch, you know, in my pajamas.
Yeah.
I do it without fail every morning. I don't care if it's weekday, weekend. I don't care if it's cold, if it's raining.
Mhm.
I make it a point to go outside, and I stick to that routine. And you know, once you get that routine down,
Mhm.
that helps you get rid of your stress, and you stick to it,
Yeah.
it becomes second nature.
Yeah.
You know, you just do it like it's nothing. You know,
Well.
and then at night when I go to bed, you know, I take a time again at the end of the night. Thank you for getting me through the day. Thank you for everything you've done for me today, and may I have a peaceful rest. Leave it at that. You know.
Yeah, a lot of people, if they were to just thank God, just be grateful,
Yeah.
you could change a lot with a positive mindset.
Positive mindset, and you don't even really. I'm gonna say this because a lot of people aren't super religious,
Hmm.
and you know, I'm not in church every Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm not out there Bible banging and telling people God's gonna smite you.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm religious. I like to say I believe in a higher power, and I believe that there's good in everybody, and everyone
Hmm.
can do good. You know, if you do good, good will come upon you.
Yeah.
You know, and so I stick to that. You know.
Hmm.
And you know, I still pray, you know, because that's just how I was raised in church.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're a kid and you have to go to church Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you become a grown up and you ain't got to go every day. You're like, hey,
Like I went when I was
I
little.
went when I was little. You can still have a relationship with God. I mean, the
Yeah.
church is a building where you can get with other people, but you don't have to force yourself to be in church. You can have church in your home.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
about your relationship, you know, with your God of, you know, whether it's God, whether it's Buddha,
Hmm.
whether it's a Muslim or whatever your religion is,
Yeah.
you know, as long as you have that relationship, then that's what works for you and keeps you stress free.
Hmm.
Go with it, you know,
Yeah.
and don't, you know, that helps your mental health, and you know, it helps you more conscious of your health. Period. You know,
Yeah.
because you can go out right now and get a hamburger for less than you can go get a salad.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like healthy food is expensive.
Very
Yeah,
expensive.
I mean, but you have to make your choices. You know, a lot of vegetables if you have a house, you can grow in your backyard.
Yeah.
If you have an apartment, you can buy planters and grow some of your own vegetables. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, and and I'm not saying I'm guilty. I'll eat a hamburger. I eat tacos. You know, Taco Tuesday go hard.
Oh yeah.
You know, but I try and limit it. You know, my wife's really good about having. You know, man. I got blessed. I got a wife that's smart,
Uh-huh.
super smart, and she knows all these different ways of staying healthy, and you know,
Hmm.
these recipes, and you know, she gets on my ass because I'll be trying to. You know, I like to say niggerize it because I see like put some ketchup, put some cheese on it, and
Slap
put
your
this
mama.
on that. And like, hey, I done took it from being healthy to being unhealthy again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know, but she gives me, you know, ideas. You know, she got me eating more vegetables now. You know,
That's what I need to do.
more seafood.
Yeah.
Cut out the pork. Cut out the red meat. You
Mhm.
know, more lean chicken. You know, and I never really liked, you know, turkey burgers and chicken burgers and ground
Me
chicken.
neither. The turkey bacon is disgusting to me.
I still want to
Bacon,
take
but I
turkey
like-
bacon, but
I like turkey meat, like
Yeah.
beef and stuff.
like beef, like
Yeah.
I eat, I use turkey and use this for tacos, you
Same,
know, or
yeah.
spaghetti or
Hmm.
whatnot, you know, and it tastes good. Even the
Yeah.
chicken tastes good. You know, we make it
Chicken
with the
before.
little with the low calorie tortillas,
Hmm.
and man, they go good. I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, I ain't know they were this good. You know,
That's what I need to change my eating habits because I got the working out part now. Like I walk every day and I go to the gym, but I still eat bad.
see, and that's the thing. You can work out, but if you're still eating bad,
Yeah,
your body may look healthy on the outside.
but you still
On
unhealthy.
the inside, your arteries are fighting.
Yeah,
You know, they getting clogged up from the grease
But I
and
will say,
everything.
I think we eat a lot of baked food. Like we don't eat as much fried foods as we used to. At
Yeah.
least like if we cook.
That's good.
Like when we cook at home, it's mostly like baked chicken, or it's always baked majority of the
Yeah,
time.
baked
I guess
bacon is good.
I
But
guess
on the
I'm talking about like the
weekends,
snacks, like chips and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But on the
Chips,
weekends,
chips.
I do eat out. Just because
I know you eat out. I be seeing.
Like,
I be seeing the
Oh,
videos like saying they can't invite me.
We stay eating out, and then what I
It's
do,
just-
I
if you
drink
wanna cook on
coffee
the
every
weekend.
morning too. I know that's not.
I
good.
do,
Yeah.
but with the cream that we buy, I don't put sugar because the cream it's sweet enough. So I feel like that's
The coffee, so I'm guilty. I go to Dutch Brothers and get me, a little fixed up coffee
Yeah.
in there, iced coffee. I wouldn't really used to drink iced coffee. I used to just drink black coffee.
I like the iced
Mhm.
coffee too from
I got hooked
Dunkin'
on that
Donuts.
iced coffee
It's
now,
really
boy.
good.
I'm like, shit.
I like
Yeah.
the iced coffee from Starbucks.
That's not good.
Yeah,
The white chocolate mocha. Well, he
Starbucks is
tripping.
overrated to me.
Maybe they are, but that white chocolate
I
mocha.
ain't gonna say nothing because I had Starbucks this morning.
The Starbucks is hitting. But at work, cause my supervisor, he make coffee every morning.
Yeah.
And I be like, I'm not gonna get none. Then I start smelling it, and I just
Well, black coffee is okay. This once you start putting all the other
y'all
stuff in
put
there,
everything in it.
makes it bad because black coffee helps your digestive system,
Hmm.
keeps you alert. It keeps your body regular. You know,
And I heard it boosts your metabolism.
it does. It does.
Yeah.
It definitely. Black coffee, green tea.
Hmm.
All that will boost your metabolism. Because as you age, your metabolism definitely slows down.
Yeah.
You don't lose weight as quick as you used to.
Hmm.
Or, and a lot of times people don't even realize they have thyroid issues because they don't go get checked.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, I do all this and I can't lose weight. You may have a thyroid issue, where your thyroid's not working at absorbing your sugar or whatever
Mhm.
the case may be. You either have a hyperactive thyroid or you can't gain weight, or you have a underactive thyroid where you can't
Can't lose
lose
it.
weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's medicine for that. That's once again health. We got to get
Yeah.
to the doctors, man. I don't care if you're African American, Hispanic, Asian, Caucasian, Indian, whatever nationality you are. Your health has to be your priority.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all gonna die at some point. When we're born, we sign that contract saying, "Hey, God, I'm gonna be born. I know one day I gotta die. I don't know how or when, but I know it's gonna happen." But why would you do something that's gonna make it happen sooner if you can prevent it? And we can all do things to take care of our health, whether it's the food we eat, our activities, getting medicine, seeking help. And a lot of times people without money will wait till it's at that point and go to the emergency room because the emergency room can't turn you away.
Yeah.
It's just part of the doctor standard. When they take their oath, they can't turn away an ill patient,
Yeah.
whether they can pay or not.
I think too a lot of like older black people will not take medicine because of like
They read the side effects.
the side effects. Which I've been
Yeah.
so when I started taking medicine for like my mental health, I didn't. My mama used to. She
She's
would be the one to
horrible.
make me like to
She's
look up.
horrible with
Like,
it.
well, check the side effects, and I'd be like, it'll make me second guess when I look up side effects. So I just stopped doing that.
You'd be like,
Because-
it makes you have anal bleeding and all
Right.
this
Yeah,
other
right.
thing. Like,
Like-
damn.
Right. And
I
so
don't know
that's
if I want to take this.
that's the main reason why she won't take medication.
Yeah,
Like,
she don't
she's
take
scared of
no
the side
medicine
effects.
because she reads the side effects and think it's gonna happen to her.
Side effects don't always happen. They
Right,
happen
everybody- yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
They have to tell you what the possible side effects are.
Yeah.
Every medicine you take can have a side
Yeah, 'cause
effect.
everybody reacts to different medicine differently.
Yeah, differently. But if you don't take it at all, you ain't helping nothing.
Right.
And
That's
yeah,
what I try to tell her.
and I'm gonna have to talk with her.
Yeah, 'cause she don't take. She don't even take like Advil or nothing.
Yeah.
She talking about she get jittery. Like I don't know. I feel like after she take it and she read the side effects, she think that's happening.
It's
to
all
her.
in her head.
Yeah.
All in her head. A lot of times that's what it is. You get yourself psyched out in your head. Next thing you know, you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like before I started dialysis, I was psyched out. I was like, man, I don't know. I'm scared they're gonna have a needle in me. I have a catheter in my chest right now because I do it 4 days a week. And I used to do it at night at home with what they call PD, peritoneal dialysis, where you use your stomach lining, and you do it at night while you sleep. But I got COVID, and it dislodged, and they had to take it out. So now I do hemo, which is where they actually use your blood.
Does it
To
hurt?
clean your blood. It doesn't hurt, It does make you a little drowsy,
Mhm.
But I combat that with, I eat a lot of fruits to give me energy,
Yeah.
So when I do it, a lot of times the first hour I fall asleep,
Mhm.
because once they start draining the blood out, your blood pressure drops, and comes down,
Mhm.
makes you a little drowsy, or they have to stay there because what they're doing is cleaning your blood and taking fluid off. Once your kidneys shut down, you're no longer pushing the fluid out your body like you used to. So they have to take extra fluid off of you, and they have to clean your blood.
Yeah.
Because that's what your kidneys usually do. So now they do that. They clean the blood. They take the fluid off of me,
Mhm.
And for a while there, I was 330 pounds. All of it was fluid. When I did my first dialysis, when I first started dialysis,
Uh huh.
60 pounds of fluid came off of me.
Goodness.
Goodness gracious.
Nothing but fluid.
And can you see like the change too?
Yeah, yeah. You definitely, your body, you start seeing the weight change.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped being drowsy all the time. I would be at a stoplight and fall asleep. My son would tell my wife, I'm scared for him to take me to school because he'd be falling asleep while he driving,
Yeah.
and that was because of my kidney shut down,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, right now I'm on the donor list,
Mhm.
Anybody out there takes a hero to go and donate a kidney.
Please.
If you look at this and you want to donate, I suggest you look it up and see about donating, man. It takes a real hero. We can live with one kidney. We can't live with no kidneys, but you can live a full life with one kidney. And the life you save by donating the kidney you can be somebody's hero. I mean, you see Iron Man and Avengers, all the fake heroes on TV. Be a real hero. Go
Yeah.
out there and donate, help somebody else live, that has a family that wants to see them, that wants to see their kids grow up and see their grandkids grow up, and your jobs have to allow you time off to donate. They can't fire you for donating. The person you're donating to, insurance will cover everything. You know, you get paid time off from work for medical leave. So I mean, donating doesn't really do anything, but it doesn't hurt to donate. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's scary, but it doesn't hurt you.
Yeah.
You get a little recovery time. Recovery time's 3 weeks to donate.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I get a new kidney, they have to put it in my stomach. I keep the 2 I got, but they're all shriveled up now because they're dead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they put a third one in there and graft it into your arteries right there.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, and people get kidney donations, and it may take, it may not, because your body may reject it, but you have to take anti-rejection pills the rest of your life,
Uh-huh.
so that your body sees it as a foreign object and wants to fight it off.
Yeah.
But I've become a really big advocate about donating. And African Americans, we're bad. We don't want to help nobody.
Yeah.
We don't want to donate. We don't want to. You can't get a black person to donate to anything unless it's time for a fish fry and somebody dead, then they want to buy a fish plate
Yeah.
for $10.
I think a lot of that have to do with them being scared as well too. Like some people,
Yeah.
like of the unknown, I guess.
And that's why that's why I'm big on, we have to educate.
Yeah.
Educate. Because what you fear is the unknown.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you're going to be afraid of it. But if you're educated and you're taught everything that goes along with it,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it less scary,
Yeah.
It makes it less afraid for you to want to help somebody out. If
Mhm.
I wasn't in the situation I'm in and somebody needed a donation, after all that I've researched and I've been through, I'd have no problem donating, at this point. I know that the surgery isn't that bad. It's no different than doing a little simple surgery.
Mm-hmm.
They put you under and then you wake up and you're ready to go, It's no different than when they took my the tubes out of my stomach for my PD. They did that, sewed me back up, and when I came back to, I was already going back to the room and walking the same day.
Yeah.
Walking around, but in less than a week, I was moving like it was nothing. I wasn't picking up no weights,
Mm-hmm.
but I was moving around, and it's a lot easier to recover from that surgery than it is from, say, knee surgery or something where
Yeah.
like that, or hip surgery. It's the kidney surgery is a easier recovery
Yeah.
as far as them going in and doing it.
Yeah.
And I like to educate a lot of African Americans mostly,
Yeah. 'Cause-
because we need to be more helpful of our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
I just get tired of watching us killing each other and beating each other down.
Yeah.
It needs to get back to the 50s, when we 50s and 40s, 30s, we were united.
Yeah.
Helping each other. And I don't say that to say we alienate other races. I love all races. My wife's Caucasian.
Yeah.
And our family's like the United Nations.
Yeah. We
got everybody
Yeah. We
in
got
there.
every race.
But race don't matter, but I say African American because that's the one where I see less people doing what needs to be done.
Yeah.
You always see the Caucasian race helping, donating, doing this and that.
Hispanic people.
Hispanic people They always got each other's back,
They're a tribe.
you know.
Yeah.
But I hate to say it, but a lot of times as brothers and sisters will turn a blind eye to each other. Well, it doesn't affect me, so I ain't worried about them.
Yeah, I feel a need to compete.
Yeah, compete with each other, and I wasn't raised like that. My mom had an open door. She helped everybody,
Yeah.
and that's how I was raised. You help everybody. You look at everybody the same, and you judge them for who they are, their character,
Yeah.
And I want more of us to get out there and help each other, health wise, educate each other on health issues,
Mm-hmm.
educate each other on mental health.
I will say, I think though, with this generation, I think we have, I feel like, are more cautious or more aware of of mental health issues.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, when I learned more about a lot of different issues, I think that especially, that Black people face.
Mhm.
On Twitter, when I joined Twitter, I think that's really when I learned that, it wasn't just other races who suffered with mental health issues,
Yeah.
or, it was okay to, to admit that you're struggling and admit that you take medication. But I think our generation is I feel like we're very aware of that.
Yeah.
And I think too how, back in the days, a lot of our parents would, and grandparents would work themselves to death.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the opposite of us.
Yeah.
Like we are, at a point where we're not gonna let a job kill us or overstress us. And as soon as it does,
Facts.
it's like, oh no, we leave it.
Hey, I like to tell everybody, when they pour concrete for this job, they pour concrete for other jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I lose this one, I'll go get one down the street.
And if you were to pass, they replace you like that.
So
In a heartbeat.
Yeah. So I feel like we are more of a mindset of we know that we come first before a job.
You have to place yourself first. You
Yeah.
have to place your health first, your mental health, your physical health, because you can't work if your mind isn't in it. You can't work if your
Right.
body isn't in it.
Yeah.
It does no good. And a lot of times companies have to realize, and I'm blessed. Company I'm with now, they put an emphasis on us making sure we take our time off
Mm-hmm.
for our mental, that we don't overwork ourselves, that we make sure our health is good.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies aren't like that, A lot of companies just want you to work. They don't care if you're healthy. They don't want to hear about you being sick. They just want you there. So, so the president and CEO can have a nice house and a nice car.
Yeah. Recently, at my job, one of the janitors passed out at work. They work him like crazy. He passed out, and then the ambulance came and they took him to the hospital, and he ended up dying that day. I was like, that's crazy. And then within the next day, we had new janitors.
Yeah, I mean, you can't let a job keep you from doing what you need to do for yourself.
Yeah.
You have to place your health first, because your family needs you
Yeah.
more than that job needs you. Your family needs you here. Your kids or cousins or nephews or moms, dads, everybody needs you here. And if you can do anything to keep yourself healthy, you need to do everything you can to keep yourself healthy. Don't be afraid of a checkup.
Yeah.
Men, don't be afraid to get checked for colon cancer, because that's a big killer amongst Black men,
Mm-hmm.
And just like Chadwick,
Oh, yeah, both. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, cancer is a serious deal, and if you can catch it early, a lot of times you can fight it and beat it.
Right.
But if you put it off and you ignore the warning signs and just keep going about it, it gets to a point where you can't turn back. You can't fix it. So a lot of times we ignore the warning signs, and there's always warning signs before anything sets in. Whether it's a lot of migraines or sudden drop in weight.
Yeah. 'Cause
Or-
he got skinny.
Yeah,
And a lot of people, people need to be more kind to folks too, because you never know what somebody's going through.
yeah,
I remember when he posted a photo, everybody was going in on how skinny he looked. They talking about, he looked sick and stuff.
But I feel like
Not knowing he was sick.
that's a problem with, I think within our community itself, a lot of older people, where they see somebody, the first thing they speak on is their weight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, oh, you didn't got big.
Right. And not knowing, you don't know why this person gained
Yeah.
or, lost weight.
Oh, he done got skinny. He must be on that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't know the story. You don't know.
Right.
You don't know what's going on. So a lot of times, it's easy to
Past judgment.
pass judgment
Yeah.
and not know anything. rather than just taking time and asking a question, you know.
And that could hurt somebody mentally too.
Yeah, it mess them up, and they could already be in a bad place mentally.
Right.
Yeah.
And then for someone to say that, it just makes it even worse, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People with their judgment and quick to assume, you know,
Yeah.
it's just bad. People need not to do that, you know. I say not to do that, but a lot of people do it. A lot of people keep doing it, you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
until it affects them. Then
Right.
they change it up. Oh well, this and you know.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't realize, like, I suffered with stuff that I didn't know that I suffered with, because I guess we wasn't raised to know these things. Like, I got social anxiety bad, and I didn't know that until like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it never had a name with it. I just thought I was just a nervous person, but he the one told me.
Yeah,
He
people
did
be
something.
like, "Oh, my nerves are bad." You
Yeah,
just
but-
got bad nerves, or
Yeah, but they don't have a name to what they got,
yeah,
because they lack the knowledge of it.
yeah. It's just like now. A lot of times, people are like, they don't believe in attention deficit disorder,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or ADHD or any of that.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
a belt will fix that.
Yeah.
No, a belt doesn't necessarily fix that. A lot of times, it is a chemical imbalance, and they do
Mhm.
need medicine. And you know, black folks are bad about, oh, that's just, we don't need no medicine. What they need is an ass whipping. No,
Yeah.
that doesn't solve anything. What you do is you create an adult with mental issues.
Yeah. That's true.
You know, so there's nothing wrong with seeking help for your child.
Right.
You
Which
know,
is funny because that's something I think when I got well, mental stuff started, I was having like a hard time focusing. So I took the test, and I did have a little bit of that. But the medication that they have me on now has helped me a lot in like that department and just in other departments. I feel like
yeah.
I focus much better than I used to, because before, like, it was very hard for me to focus on
Yeah.
anything.
Well, it's a trickle effect. Once you find the problem and you find a way to combat that problem, you're surprised how it trickled down through everything else in your life. You
Yeah.
know? You start off with doing it to fix this, and before you know it, it fixed this, it fixed this, it fixed this.
Yeah.
You know, because before I started taking my medicine, you know, I suffered with my depression and some bipolar issues, you know, where my bipolar issues were I would sporadically do shit without thinking it through.
Mhm.
You know, bad with money. I'd get money and just blow it, you know, and I'd do stuff without thinking about a consequence. I just do it and without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And once I started taking medicine for the depression,
Mhm.
it helped the bipolar, which helped the my issue of just randomly doing stuff,
Mhm.
which helped me with managing my money, you know.
Yeah.
And like I said,
Like
I'm
a domino
different,
effect.
it's a domino effect, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm a different person now, you know. Before, if I had $100 in my pocket, it'd be gone in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll find something to spend it on,
Yeah.
you know. But now I'm like, I get money and shit, I'm surprised. I'm like, damn, I got money in my pocket, got money in the bank, bills are paid, able to go eat and buy all this other stuff I
I
want.
worry about what the
Ain't
tab.
got to worry about nothing, you know, and it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
And it's a good feeling. And it all started with me taking the time to worry about trying to do what I need to do to make myself happy.
Yeah.
And it started there. And once it started there, like you said, domino effect, everything else just fell into place.
Mhm.
When you were in like kind of a bad place and you were, you said you're isolating yourself, did that affect your relationships with like your family?
Oh yeah. It drove my family like away, man. Like I said, I feel bad when I think about it now for my wife, because she was the main supporter there, trying to talk to me and get me on track. And rather than opening up and listening, I kept pushing it away. I kept yelling and turning it around. Well, it's you, instead of pointing fingers, instead of just taking what she was saying,
Mm-hmm.
And she's a saint, because I'm still got her by my side, and I'm here now where I have the opportunity to make amends for when I was going through that. A lot of times your spouse or who you're with won't journey through that with you.
Yeah.
They're say throw up their hands and leave it and be done with you.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I was, she had every right to have walked out and left me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, do you feel like when people are struggling with something, they tend to lash out at people?
Oh yeah,
closest to them?
that's what they do. They lash out at the people that are closest to them.
And do you think if like that, whoever they lash out at has decides to not have a relationship with them anymore, whether that be, romantically, family, or just friendship. Do you
Yeah.
feel like they have a right to
Yeah, I
do that?
mean, it takes a person with a big heart stick with you through your struggle
Mm-hmm.
and stick with you and then see that you're, before you allow you that chance to make a change,
Yeah.
And I believe that all wounds can be mended and healed.
Yeah.
And you know, if you go and you fix yourself and seek the help and get yourself straight, once you're happy and you got yourself straight, then you can work on mending the other stuff. It may not get you back to where you were before, and it may take this years before you can get back to where you were before.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get that help, you can repair it.
Yeah.
It's just like if I get a kidney donation, I can have, I'd be able to function, better
Yeah.
again. I won't have to do dialysis anymore,
Yeah.
and I'll be able to travel more, because when you do dialysis, it limits what you can do. Because if you travel out of town, you got to set up so you can do a dialysis treatment somewhere.
Yeah, wherever you
If
sleep.
you go on a cruise, you have to find a cruise where they do dialysis on the ship. Then that's an extra.
Mhm.
Just to do dialysis on the ship is $500 to $800
Goodness.
a treatment.
Goodness
You
gracious.
know, and if you're on a 7-day cruise and you got to do 3 treatments, you're paying more for your treatments than you did for the
For the
cruise.
cruise, yeah.
Right.
You
I
know what I'm
didn't-
saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, it limits you, but it's the same concept. If you get the help and you get it fixed,
Mm-hmm.
it's trickle effect. I get a kidney, which equals me having a healthier life, which equals me being able to spend more time
With your
doing
family.
things with the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is same effect as when me getting mental help.
Yeah.
I got not only medicine but also start doing help books and seeking therapy. You know,
What self help books do you recommend? 'Cause I
oh
want
man,
to start reading some.
there's one on Audible one I saw that was like Unfuck Your Life.
I read that one.
Yes.
I got that one. In my,
Yes.
I think I sent you the link.
I don't know.
It was you on my. It probably was Mama. I just read that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and it kind of tells you look at the things you're doing,
Yeah.
kind of take note of what you're doing, and a lot of times we don't realize the stuff we do in our life and how
That's crazy.
it fucks your life up, and you
Yeah.
constantly keep doing it over and over again,
Hmm.
expecting different results.
I think it was called Unfuck Yourself. It
Yeah,
was like a dude with a thick accent reading it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I read. That's crazy. I
yeah.
read that.
So I mean, and that's a good one. That was a good one to read. I've read a couple of other self-help books on Amazon's
Uh-huh.
book club, and I've read some on relationships, marriage,
Yeah.
and helped a lot,
Mhm.
on how you open up mentally to your spouse. A
Yeah.
lot of times in a relationship, your spouse is saying something to you, and rather than you hearing what they're saying and the emotion in it,
Hmm.
we get caught up in what they're saying, and we get upset, and we don't want to take responsibility,
Yeah.
and you want to flip it around.
It's like you
you know?
listen to respond instead of listening
Yeah.
to understand.
Understand exactly, and that's mental health. A
Mhm.
lot of times, a lot of people, when you're going through mental health issues, you are combative about everything,
Defensive. Yeah.
defensive about everything. It doesn't matter. They could say the sky's blue, and you want to argue that no, it's teal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a mental health thing.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with medicine. I take my medicine every morning.
Hmm.
After I say my prayer, I go in and I pop my little pill, my happy pill, I call it, and I'll be chill. I'm
Yeah.
mellow. I don't stuff that used to have me on edge. It's changed my relationship with my wife, with my kids.
Mhm.
And my son, my 16-year-old used to he'd talk to my wife and be like, I don't know what to say because dad's always mad.
Yeah.
And when you hear that, it really makes you think about everything,
Hmm.
and where our relationship's gotten a lot better,
Yeah.
and with my relationship with everyone's gotten better
Hmm.
since I went and got the help for my mental,
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, I like to tell people, don't put it off.
No.
If people are telling you something, they're not just attacking you. You need to just take time and look and say, maybe it is something going on. Maybe I do need to seek help,
Hmm.
whether it's medicine, whether it's counseling, whether it's therapy. There's nothing wrong with any of that. It
Yeah,
doesn't make you any less of a person.
I want to get into therapy myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I know you do therapy. It's a good outlet.
It is. I've been doing it it made a year this month. Um, yeah, at first when I first started, I was doing it twice a month,
Mm.
2 to 3 times a month. Um, but yeah, it definitely. I feel like it just kind of helped with the way I respond to things and not respond off of like emotion.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then also just to take a little bit more accountability for my actions
Mm-hmm.
and also set boundaries with people.
Yeah, yeah. You
I
got
feel like that's the big thing I struggled with.
yeah.
Have,
And
have
if you don't find the right person, you know, you might not find. You might go to therapy with one person and not be the right person, but you don't give up. You find the right person for you.
keep
You know.
shopping around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like if you look for a car, you don't.
Right.
You go look for a car. You're not just gonna go with the first car you see just because it's there.
Yeah.
You know, it might not be the car you want.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to shop around, find the person that works for you. And you know, people always say, "Well, go talk to your pastor."
Yeah.
I'm not big on that because they're human like me, and a lot of times,
Money hungry. I feel like a lot of them.
some of these pastors are shadier than the shadow.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I'd rather talk to someone that has a
Educational
educational
background.
background in it, because
Yeah.
that means they wanna be there to help.
Yeah,
you.
because they took interest in
Yeah.
going to school for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went through all of it, so that means they want to help you.
Yeah.
know?
I wanted somebody with so I started off with a white older woman, which she was cool, but I wanted a black person. I really wanted a queer black person, but
Mhm.
I have a black woman now and she's great.
Yeah.
I've been sitting there for a few months. But yeah, it's definitely, you just have to
gotta find
yeah,
it.
you just gotta find the right one, and that might take a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, we went when my sons were younger, my wife, me, and Josh went, and we were happy when we went in there. I
Uh
don't know what the fuck the counselor did, because when we came out, and by the end of it, it was like World War III in that motherfucker. We got in the car and we looking at each other like, what the fuck just happened?
huh.
He said, we ain't going back here no more, because he got us going at each other, and he just kicked back with a grin on his face. I'm like, well, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Not talking to each other on the ride home,
Boy,
quiet ride home.
Yeah, it was awkward as fuck when we walked out of that building. Everybody would have mean mugs at each other. We went in smiling, happy, like, yeah, we're gonna get some help.
Mm-hmm.
It came out mad in the motherfucker. By the time we drove a little bit, we're like, what the fuck just happened?
He got time for y'all money.
We just got mind fucked in there. Something,
Yeah.
you know?
But yeah, I want. That's what I really want to get into therapy. Talk to somebody.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong, you know?
Yeah.
We all need someone to talk to sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
And get someone that's gonna listen without judgment, you know?
Right.
That's the main thing, because a lot of people, you'll tell them their problems, but they not listening to help.
No, they listening so they can run back and tell
Gossip.
so and so.
Yeah.
You know, you know what's going on.
I mean, you know what time
Yeah.
you just told? Yeah.
Yeah, for real, you know, and you know, that's sad. That's sad. That's sad. That's why a lot of black men won't even open up. You
Yeah,
know, we
yeah.
we keep quiet about a lot of stuff. You know,
Mhm.
a lot of black men are afraid to share their emotions.
I about to say, they feel like they can't have emotion, like that, like
They
men
can't
don't
share their
supposed to cry.
emotions,
Men
they
don't-
can't do this.
Yeah.
And I will say I'm happier with a lot of ways that it's changed, because, you know, I feel like a lot of people were afraid to be themselves,
Mhm.
whether you're straight, gay, bi, whatever your choice is. Everyone deserves to be happy,
Yeah.
Right.
and with somebody that makes them happy.
Yeah.
And it's not right for anyone to judge somebody else because of what makes them happy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that nowadays a lot more people want to stand up for themselves and willing to say, this is who I am,
Yeah.
and this is me. You can accept me or not accept me,
Mhm.
you know? And I tell people they don't always have to agree with somebody at what they do, but you still should love them regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, because what they do is what makes them happy.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, I don't think in the past, you know, as far as even the 80s and 90s,
Mhm.
it was hard for black men to share anything emotionally or anything, you know, and be happy.
Yeah.
You had a lot of black men that would be happy being gay or bi or whatever the case may be,
Mhm.
but can't say it because of society.
Yeah. You get judged.
So you get judged. So you end up in that unhappy life,
Some end up taking their lives.
taking their lives,
Yeah.
and it isn't right. You know, everyone deserves to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone deserves to be with someone that makes them happy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and then it causes mental health issues because
Mm-hmm.
they're struggling with that demon on their own, where they feel like they couldn't tell nobody, and that was a bad part about, you know, the past.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I will say about this new generation. They're very strong when it comes to being who they want to be.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to
They're
say
real open with it.
real open. They're not afraid to say who they are.
Yeah.
And I have more respect for people that say who they are than people that will hide in the shadows
Yeah.
and be afraid to say who they are.
Yeah.
Because if you're afraid to be yourself, how can I trust you to do anything else?
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We have to let people be who they are.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman feels good wearing, jeans with a bald fade, let her do it.
Yeah.
If God wants to wear a dress, like Dwayne Wade's son, if his son wants to wear a dress, who am I to tell him
Yeah.
your son can't wear a dress? That's his son.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
their
get how
life.
people feel like they have the authority to tell somebody how to raise a child.
That's no different than people, back then saying, "Oh, you can't date a white girl,"
Yeah.
or you can't date this black guy.
Yeah.
Who are we to say who we love?
Facts. Yeah.
You love who you love,
Mhm.
and we only get one life. So why would we spend a life
Trying
searching?
to please others.
Trying to
What's
please
funny
others.
is that a lot of men in the 90s did dress like, they wore the tights and the platform boots.
Them little short
and,
shorts, basketball
and
players.
like they dressed,
I mean,
would be considered feminine.
Now it's considered feminine.
And then like, how girls, it was always okay for girls to be tomboys.
Yeah.
but
Aaliyah, TLC wore
Yeah.
baggy clothes.
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
acceptable. But when a guy dresses like a woman, it's different. It's
And
different.
they-
They attack.
A lot of times,
It's
people
double
don't
standards.
realize how much mental health that code ties in with mental health
Yeah.
because it causes them issues. You see a higher suicide rate,
Mm-hmm.
or they won't go get checked.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to hide the fact of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're afraid to get checked. And it all goes back to mental health and being healthy.
Yeah.
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 Take care of your health, take care of your mental health. If mentally you're happy and you keep yourself balanced mentally,
Mhm.
keep your body healthy, you have a happy life. We
Yeah.
only get one chance at this.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no handbook that says the right way or the wrong way,
No.
So we have to do the best we can, and we have to let other people live their lives the best that they can,
Right.
and we have to encourage people to take care of themselves,
Mhm.
their health and their mental health.
Yeah, get educated on all that.
Education. I mean, education's the main thing.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to donate.
Mm-hmm. I was
Don't
about
be
to say that.
afraid to, give blood,
Yeah.
because there's blood shortage,
I will say that I'm very terrified to give blood because I'm
Nothing
scared of
to it.
needles.
And that ain't, I've been
They
stuck
bad.
so much. I've been
I
stuck
never-
so
I'm
much,
scared.
man. They done stuck me in my arms, in my groin, everywhere.
I,
Every
I
I,
don't
time I
have
had a
needles
doctor's
everywhere.
appointment, they always do like a blood test.
I'm
which
terrified
I
of needles.
want them to, but it don't.
It don't
It
bother
don't
me
really
no more.
hurt that. Well, I think you just think too much. It don't hurt that bad.
It ain't
No.
that bad.
I never had blood drawn because I'm scared of needles.
And if I tell people all the time, if you can get a tattoo, you can get stuck with a needle.
I have no
Tattoos.
tattoos.
Oh,
I
well,
have no tattoos. I'm terrified.
it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. They use some little small needles now. You can't even tell that they're in there. Man.
Mm.
It'd be over and done with before you even know it. The mental part to think about it is the worst part about it. Because I remember being a kid, we go get immunization shots.
Mm.
Motherfuckers have to wrestle me down and hold me down.
Man.
I'd be fighting. Every kid in that motherfucker be fighting.
Yeah.
But now I don't care. I'm like, shit, if I got to get stuck to get healthy, stick me, take blood, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I don't even be
No.
feeling it when I get shots now. I'd be like, oh, you stuck me already? Like I don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It don't even bother me no more. At this point in the game,
I think I just overthink it.
it don't bother me, and after having the surgeries, it don't bother me because you go in there and they give you that, what is that, Federal? It starts with an F, the drug that people were overdosing on.
I know
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Fentanyl. Yeah.
And they gave me that, dog. I was knocked out. I came to, and I'm like, what? I was asking them, who are you? Who's the
So that's-
president?
I don't want to sound stupid. So that's an actual like medicine.
Yeah, they give it to you when they give it to you when they put you under.
Oh, I thought it was
Knock you out.
something used
But-
to enhance crack or something. Like
No, people use it because they get high off of it. But the thing is, a small amount goes a long way.
Yeah.
People be doing a lot, and next thing you know,
Overdose.
they overdose. 'Cause
Yeah.
a little bit. They gave me just a little, like in a liquid, IV. I don't even think it was 1 cc or 2 cc's.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there talking. Next thing I know, I woke up and they're like, "We're done." I'm like, "What?" I didn't even know what happened.
Mm.
It had me sewn up and glued up and everything else. So,
Yeah. But we got to come back. We should have got 2 hours. This was fun.
Yeah.
You got to come back. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Hey, if you want to donate, you can look it up online. You can actually even go, and I'll send information to GT's site. If you feel like you see me on here and you're like, man, I want to help brother out, and I want to see if I'm a match, I'll give all the information posted on her site, and they will take care of getting you tested, doing a physical, making sure you're healthy. My insurance will cover everything, your whole hospital stay and everything. Your job will have to give you the time off on medical leave. And even if it isn't for me and you want to donate wherever you at, whatever part of the country you're in or part of the world you're in, there's more people like me that need help, that need kidneys to live, I'm 45 years old with a kid still in high school and little grandbabies that I want to live long enough, to spend time with. So you'll be my hero for life, be a hero, though. Superman's make believe. Be a real Superman or Superwoman. Go out there and donate,
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna be sure to post all that information that he sent me to. You can follow me on social media at Natasha GT Johnson on Instagram.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Good Life Greg.
And my Instagram is the original KOL, DAORIGKOL.
I'm gonna put it down there below in the description too. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.